Hello and welcome everybody. Frantz here with Hospice Care Marketing. And today we're going to be talking about the new SEO formula for hospice providers. So if you can see my screen, hear my voice, please let me know in the chat. But so happy to have you guys here with us today. Really excited for today's session. We're going to be talking about the new SEO formula for hospice providers. And really, when we think about the internet marketing for hospice, and there's a few things we need to solve for, right? And if you look here, drive leads, maximize conversion, and optimize results is essentially what we have to do. And then there's where we're going to be focusing today is organic SEO, the organic SEO side of the equation for driving leads. And then, this is all part of the accelerated growth model here. See another little visual of that, right? Driving leads with SEO, paid search in your database, and maximizing conversions with your website, your reputation, and using automation, and then optimizing result. Really have to know how many leads are you getting, how much are you spending to get those leads, and what is the ROI that you are obtaining. So, excuse me. So here's another visual here, nine clear steps to triple your sales by getting your internet marketing right. And where we're going to be at today is on this organic SEO side. So really excited for today. If that's what you're here for, drop a 1 in the chat and we'll get going. And this is all part of the digital dominance method, right? How all the different things that you can do to maximize your results from your internet marketing efforts. So please, if you're serious about if you're serious about tripling your leads, about getting your internet marketing right, the next 60 minutes will be a game changer for you, right? So let's turn off the cell phones, close those other tabs, and just spend your time here with some focus. So what we're going to cover today are the latest updates in the Google algorithm, the things that you may have put in place before that could be harming you today, and how to optimize your website using the new SEO formula. And so real quick, if you don't know me, I'll give you a 1 minute about me, but I'm the author of the book, Internet Marketing for Hospice Providers. And here, so if you want a copy of that, please let me know. We will send that off to you. You can also order on the website. I'm widely accepted as a premier expert in the internet marketing space for hospice providers. And we've worked with dozens of providers across the nation, helping them grow and better serve their communities. And this is what we do, right? So it's not, this is not, webinar is not based on a theory or something I read. This is based in real world examples. We work with hospice providers from coast to coast. And this is what our team does every single day. We're doing the SEO, we're building the websites, we're writing the content, and getting the results. And our team is passionate about helping hospice providers increase their revenue and increase their ability to serve on a greater scale. So we're on a mission to serve 1,000 hospices and triple their sales by getting their internet marketing done the right way. So I love to start these with a question, right? And so does SEO still matter? And if we look at all the different areas of the search engine, this is missing some ads at the top. So this visual, usually you'll have 3 or 4 ads up at the top of the screen, and then you'll have this organic or this Google Map area, right? This they call it the 3-pack or the local pack. So there's things you can do on and off your website to get placed here when someone does a search for a hospice provider in your city. And then underneath, you'll see some organic listings. So you have the ads, the local pack, and then some organic listings underneath that. And so does SEO still matter? And looking at this study by Moz, 71% of the clicks still happen in the organic results, right? And then to dive even deeper into that, 67% of those of all the clicks land in the first 5 spots, right? So yes, SEO still matters, right? So it's a huge thing to get ranked there. A lot of free clicks, a lot of visibility, and obviously more phone calls and more inquiries from that. And you can see here a graph, much the lion's share of the traffic is coming from the organic search results, right? And you can see, I think this is what's really important, right? Is the phone calls that come in from that, right? So if you divide it up and look at the organic calls versus the paid calls, right? The organic calls, there's a lot more organic calls than the PPC, right? So a lot of this is what's going to drive ROI is really obtaining those rankings. So yes, SEO still matters, and you can't just rely on pay-per-click, right? It's definitely something you want to pay attention to. And why is SEO so important? So 68% of online searches or online experiences begin with a search engine. So a search engine like Google, right? So, and 53% of all website traffic comes from organic search. SEO drives 1,000% more traffic than organic social media, and SEO leads have a higher close ratio, right? When people are using these search engines and they go to Google, they're typing in some high intent keywords, and they have a need. And so the ones that are calling from those organic listings, they close at a much higher ratio. They've likely read some reviews. They see your business profile and your Google business profile, and are calling pre-positioned to move forward with you. And so, and there's so many different things with the Google algorithm to pay attention to, right? And the most recent, like the core algorithm update, really quality SEO, but there's been so many different changes over the years with SEO, and gone are the days where you could just, put a website out there, get a bunch of links to it, and you'll get results from that. You really have to start thinking about your user experience, and like spammy links, all these different like geo-targeting, all these different algorithm updates. These are all the major ones. The algorithm's changing all the time, and so we try to stay on top of this. We're in a lot of different groups with a lot of experts in the SEO space, and we've learned a lot. So, and then you can break it down by different categories, right? So like technical and on page and off page, and the user experience. This is the most recent thing to pay attention to, right? It's how is the user experiencing your site? Is it the website, does it load quickly? Are they waiting around a long time, right? So Google's paying attention to those things. And under the technical side, right, these are things that are done in the background, really, right? Like indexing and broken links, redirects, structured data, the hosting, the sitemap, and all those things. Now, on page, you're looking at keyword optimization, the content on the pages, the headings, the title tags, the meta descriptions, the keyword density, right? Are we just putting a page out there with the word hospice care a million different times, or 100 different times? The content length, is there enough content on that page for someone to get value out of it, right? Is it going to answer questions? Is it going to provide the user some value? And so the content length, if it's just a paragraph about, what you do in the city, that's not going to prove to Google there's a lot of value on that page. So you really gotta think about that. And off page, so we're looking at backlinks, social media popularity, reviews, citations, press releases, podcast syndication. And then, like I said earlier, there are over 200 different factors, but these are some that you want to pay attention to here. And I think really, if we have to shift maybe the focus on the experience instead of just writing for the search engines. If we just write for the search engines and we don't think about the user experience, right? Like how quickly does the website load, right? If a website loads really slowly, who's going to want to wait around for that, right? They're going to get frustrated, go back and go to another website. So, and then is your website mobile friendly, right? This is a big thing. Likely more than half of your traffic is using your website from a mobile device. So definitely things to pay attention to there. So we're going to dive deep into all these things and really focus on some of the things that you can do yourself, and or have your current provider focus on. Like to think of it, the 80-20 principle, like what's the 20% that is going to drive the lion's share of those results. So, and here's just a graph on what matters in SEO, right? And you can see here 30% your Google business profile, right, is going to take up, and this was from 2023, but how it was broken down, like the local results, like what really matters. And your Google business profile, having that claimed, having that optimized, you've had pictures added, everything filled out on it, and then the on page, right, your expertise, authority, and trust. Like how are you leveraging your expertise out there with articles that could be picked up in press releases and things like that. Reviews take up a good chunk, right? You're looking at 13%. Links, another 13%. Citations are at like 4%. But so this is give you a visual representation of what you need to focus on. You can see here reviews, your expertise, and your Google business is going to take up the lion's share of that equation there. So looking at the new SEO formula, you have to figure out what are the most important keywords based on what you do, where you do it, and the search volume, right? So we can't just have one page talking about, one aspect of the search SEO for hospice care, right? We also got to think about each service that your team, your company provides, right? So we want to have a page for each one of these services, and there's tools out there here that you can use to figure out the search volume for specific keywords. Like if you run Google ads, you can use the keyword planner. We do this for our clients, WordStream, SpyFu. So these are some tools that you can use to figure out some historical data on how many times a specific keywords get searched for. Now you want to set up a great website and have unique pages, right? Unique content. You don't want to just create one page and then create another page, change the city, change like one thing, and have a bunch of those pages. You really have to have unique pages for each one, and then each one of those keywords, right? So plus the city. So you got to think about the city that your office is in, and then also if you serve a county or two, maybe three, you want to think about those cities in each one of those counties, probably 10, and create a page specifically for that city. Very important to have unique content on those pages. And you want to optimize your website for user experience, like I was sharing earlier. Site speed matters. And does the website is it just a page with a bunch of text on it? You want to add some images, maybe some video elements to the page, right? That's going to create a much more rich user experience for the visitor, right? You have content to some text to explain what the service does, right? Answer some questions, and then some imagery to break it up, right? You can optimize those images for SEO, and then a video, someone explaining what to do, what is hospice care, what services does hospice cover. That would create a much more rich user experience. So think about that. And then the on-site optimization, right? We're talking about the images, the content, the headings, and the certain elements like the title tags and the meta description all get optimized around SEO, right? This is called on-page SEO, right? SEO done on the website. And then we have to build authority, and we do that by optimizing off of the website, right? So Google's going to look at factors off of the website to gauge your authority, right? So if there's other websites linking to you, you have a clean NAP profile, name, address, phone number across many listings around the web. This is going to build your authority, right? A lot of times I see, hospices that have moved office addresses, they moved cities, and so now there's just discrepancies all across the web in the address, right? So if we have a very clean, optimized listing with the correct name, address, and phone number, this is going to create your authority. Then you have to track your results, right? So this is very important, right? Tracking your results. Now, I have an SEO checklist for this. If you just visit hospicecaremaRketing.com/SEO-checklist, you will get taken to a Google Doc where it'll prompt you to make a copy. So that'll be yours. You can follow along here and check these things off as you go. And so I also have a keyword list, right? So we've done the research. You can see the specific keywords and how many times each one gets searched on a monthly basis. And you can get that at hospicecaremarketing.com/keyword-list. And so this is really helpful. If you look at this list, I think I can pull it up here. Let me see. Yeah. So if we look at the keyword list, I'll drop that in the chat for you guys. There you go. And so if we look at this, you can you can see the different keywords and how many monthly searches, right? This could really start to tell you what to put on your website, right? Like what to talk about, like hospice services, end of life care, right? These are all the different keywords that we can start to prepare the website around. And there you can see there's over 200 here, and there's a lot. And obviously the ones with the most searches are going to be the ones you want to focus on. So pull back this. All right. So again, hospicescaremarketing.com/keyword-list, keyword-list. And our team is happy to do these ranking reports for you. This is something we do every day for people who, facility or providers we meet with. We'll look at your keyword list. We already have the tools, right? It's a paid tool to run the search and show you where there could be some improvement. And we'll also analyze your overall internet marketing presence. And we're happy to do these. This is complimentary. Thank you for joining this webinar. We're happy to do this for you, run the report. If you want to have us look at, have us do the work for you, we're happy to, have that opportunity. But if you just want to take the report and give it to your provider and have them do that for you, just let us know, and we're happy to do that for you. No problem. And so things on site that you can optimize for. You definitely want to have a strong website, good content, and a good user experience, right? Leverage video. This is going to improve the on-page time, right? These are things Google is paying attention to. Does someone land on the page and quickly leave, right? Is the bounce rate high? Or are they able to engage with the website, visit other pages on your website? That's going to show Google there is a good user experience, right? We want to have pages for each of your services. So, if you do music therapy, we want to add that page to talk about that. We want to talk about all the different aspects of your team, right? The social work, the physician services, the nursing service, CNA, all these different things. And then we want to think about all the pages or all the cities that you serve in each county that you serve. We want to have a page specifically talking about that service in that city, and this is going to give us more opportunities to show up in the search results when someone does a search for a hospice provider in Georgia, right, or in Atlanta. And what about the other surrounding cities? How are we going to obtain rankings in those other cities? Well, this is how you do it, right? And then you definitely want unique content for each one of those cities, right? We don't want a bunch of pages that really only one thing was changed, and that's the city name. And we just duplicated 100 different pages, right? It has to be uniquely written for that market or for that city. And like I said, reiterate that unique content on every page. And then we have to make sure that the keyword is in the title and the headings, right, of the content. So the title tag and the heading, the first header really needs to have the keyword. And I've seen a lot of websites, a lot of hospice websites, and a lot of times the first thing that's in that title tag is like the company name. We want to have a keyword in there, and you're already going to show up when someone does a search for your company name. You should, If you don't, there's an issue, and we can help solve for that. But you definitely want to have the keyword mentioned first. That's where we want to show up for those types of keywords, right? When someone does a search for hospice services or a hospice provider near me, we have to have a page talking about that, and in the title tag, that first thing you see is that keyword. So, and the meta description. These are the things that show up in the search results. You'll see like the link for the website, and underneath there's that's usually a blue link, and then right underneath there's a spot for a snippet of what's on that page, right? That's the meta description. And this, you really want that to be focused around selling the click, right? Like, how are we going to get someone to click into this page? And there's very specific things that you do for your meta description to get the click, right? And these are things Google is paying attention to, right? What is the click-through rate of when we show this? And so definitely meta description should sell the click. Name, address, phone number in the footer. Blog with ongoing updates and syndication. And focus on page speed, both desktop and mobile. So I'd like to pull up a report here to show you how to check your page speed. So there's a couple different tools out there. So this one called GT metrics, right? So all you do, go to gtmetrics.com, put your website link in there and hit analyze, right? And it's going to spit out a report like A, B, or C. And how quickly does your website load, right? And so it'll grade you. I'd say anything under a B, you really need to pay attention. There's probably something going on with your images. They need to be the size of them needs to be reduced. But there's a lot of different things that affect the load speed of the website, and I definitely want you to pay attention to this. There's also a tool that you want to check out, page speed insights, right? And so that first link here that you pull up, this you'll plug your website in and look at the desktop and mobile version of it, like, and how quickly does it load. So I'll put that into the chat as well, and along with GT metrics, so for you guys to play around with. And let me know what your website speed is after clicking that link, putting your website in there, and having it analyzed. What is your speed there? And so we'll continue on here, and some examples. We have, since December through February of 25, a total of 305 calls, right? So about 100 calls, all from organic, all from the organic side of the equation. So about 100 calls every single month from just the organic SEO. And again, you can see the lion's share of the traffic is coming from the organic search results. So, so is your site properly optimized? You can see up here that title tag is hospice city, right? That's what we want to show up for. Right? We want to have a little bit about us, where, like, this is what we do. This is where we do it on that website, or on that homepage, essentially, right? And so how do we get ranked in the Google Map area, right? That local 3-pack. There's a lot of things you can do. Definitely want to pay attention to the on-page optimization. All the different listings out there that could have your name, your address, and your phone number on it. We want to make sure there's consistency there. If a bunch of different websites have old addresses or old phone numbers that aren't used anymore, and there's not a lot of consistency there, that doesn't provide a lot of trust for Google, right? A lot of authority. And so having this cleaned up, having we'll run this report for you. We have the tools to do this and to check all these different listings. It's very important to have those matching, right? And like I said earlier, a lot of times, like, we move offices, we expand, we get to a new address. Well, there's listings out there that have, some old details, some incorrect details, and so we want to make sure to go in, claim those, and fix, have the right information out there. And reviews, right? So reviews. What are you doing to capture reviews, right? So it might be something you haven't paid a lot of attention to, and maybe 1 out of 100 people that you serve, even if you provide an awesome service, if we don't ask them and we don't automate that follow-up to ask for the review or ask at the right time, right? Not a lot of people are going to go to Google and leave a review, right? We have to ask them, we have to follow up with them. We find a simple text message. We're not talking about like texting them 10, 15 times, anything like that. Texting once or twice, early on in the service. We're finding from our clients early on in the service before the end comes is probably the best time to ask. So definitely play around with that. You definitely want to put some sort of automation behind, or else it's going to be a lot of manual work. A lot of it will get forgotten. But I think the lion's share of the people that you provide an awesome service are not going to go to Google unless you ask and leave that review. So, but these reviews are seen by thousands of people. We have clients with 10 reviews or less. And then we have clients with 100 reviews, and we can see a big difference in the amount of activity they generate from these listings because of the reviews. That's the only difference. And so this will change your business. Focus on your reviews, put something in place. It'll change the culture in your business, and it will do wonders. I promise. We have a specific tool, a specific CRM designed to make this easier for you, your team. There will be an app that they can download on their phone. Make it part of their process to have the social worker ask them for a review. But there's also other tools that you can look at, Bird Eye and Review Buzz, to make this to automate this process for you. And so some of the things off page to pay attention to, right? We definitely have to claim and optimize your Google business listing, right? So we have to make sure that's claimed and optimized. So optimization are done. There's going to be areas that we want to fill out, right? We want to add photos. We want to fill out the services, fill out the different answers and questions, right? There's some questions that we can seed into the Google business profile and answer those questions, right? Some frequently asked questions that you guys get. We can put those on Google, right? And SEO, optimize those. And so there's a lot of things you could do on your Google profile. And then the citations, right? The listings that I was talking about across the web, these are what's known as citations. And we want to make sure that we have a lot of them. We have a tool that can check, see where some need to be updated, right? If some are displaying wrong information, we want those. We want to clean that up. And then we can add photos to these things, fill out, add descriptions. We want these citations to be claimed and optimized as well. And we want a lot of them, right? We want to make sure wherever your competition is in your market, wherever they're listed, whatever citations they have, we want to have them as well and have some more. So definitely pay attention to the citations. how your name, address, and phone number is listed on all of these. And then we want to build up reviews. And so leveraging some sort of automation, some sort of tool to make this process easy, right? If we're going to rely on a lot of manual work, sometimes that would get pushed on the back burner, right? And so definitely pay attention. I can't stress this enough. This will change your business, I promise you. And then we want to build authoritative links back to the website. A link, it used to be you could put a website out there, blast a ton of links, whether they're relevant to your industry or not. Right, another website talking about it. Now you definitely have to pay attention to where the links are coming from, and like, is it relevant to healthcare or hospice and end of life care? And then we want to have some strategic content going out and also getting picked up around the web, like in the form of press releases. So let's see here. And we'll dive into that right now. So we stopped doing we do a lot of blog posting for our clients, and we're finding, a simple blog is not doing a whole lot, right? And so we want to leverage this EAT, right? This expertise, authority, and trust to appear superior in search visibility here. So, and so how we can do that, right, is by leveraging a press release, right? So we have a service done in with our company, right, where we'll publish a blog post and we'll have a news and media section on the website, and then we will get those picked up in press releases. And so these are other high authority websites that have that now house your blog post. It links back to your blog, and we have other links in there that go off of your website and back to your website. And what you notice down here, can't really see, but there's the name, address, and phone number. So it's more citations, right? Name, address, and phone number. And then we embed a map. So this will help with some geo relevance for your business. And so now we're getting more authoritative links back to our website, and we're strengthening that, right? We're providing that expertise, that authority, and that trust, because we're now getting our articles published in different news articles around the web, and then and we have a embedded map for our location, our client's location, to really strengthen the geo relevance of that client there. So let me know if you want to learn more about that. But again, these are all the different things that you can do on page for your Google business profile, ongoing content, like how we're syndicating that via a signal engine, leveraging all the different signals, expertise, authority, trust, multiple links back to the website, builds the authority, map embeds fresh content on your site. So again, this SEO checklist, I think now you'll have a little more context of all the different things that we've talked about, right? On page, off page, your Google business profile, the signals that you are leveraging with your content. So go ahead, use that checklist and start checking off. See where you need some help. And again, if you want our help to do this, we're happy to do this. Again, this is what our team does every day. We have a number of hospice providers that we work with across the nation, And again, we're happy to run the report for you, have the opportunity to sit down with you, look at your overall internet marketing presence, identify what changes could be made to experience some better results, some more results. If you're having trouble getting out there, this could really change things around for you. So again, on that meeting, we'll look at your online visibility. We'll have a custom report for you that you can have. This is not something we charge for, and you can take, again, you can have us do these things, or you can take it to your provider and implement yourself. Or if you have someone in your office that can do these sort of things with your website, and then, that's what they're hired for, have at it. But yeah, so we'll run a ranking report. We'll look at all your citations. We'll look at your online reviews and your overall reputation. Like, how do you look in Google, Yelp, on social media? All right. We'll analyze the social presence, and we'll also take a look at the conversion effectiveness of your website. Right. So how does it load? How quickly does it load? How does someone find the phone number? I've seen a lot of websites out there, and some of them, it's a little bit more challenging to find the phone number. Is it in the right place? And so we'll analyze all those things and explain to you why, what changes to make, and how to make things better. But visit hospicecaremarketing.com/schedule. And you can also give us a call at 877-959-5849, and we'll get that scheduled for you. So again, thank you for your time today. Hope this was valuable, and we'll see you on the next webinar. So thank you, everyone. Have a good day.